and welcome back to Tea and a Buddy podcast with me, Dominic.
And me, Erica.
And on this episode, it's a little departure from our usual fare of food and drink and everything.
We love talking about food.
We did the British grocery store.
Yeah, we had great success with that.
Great success. We made millions of dollars. And
I don't think we made one, but okay.
Yeah. We made millions of dollars, and now we're doing the American grocery store.
Yeah,
which will make us billions of dollars. Billions.
I don't know if anyone will be interested in this, but for some reason, our British grocery store episode, I think that was like the most listens we have had.
Most listens we've had ever.
I think it's been the most views on the website.
Yep. I think people liked it.
Let us know. Let us know, you guys.
Do you like it?
Well, no.
Let us know.
Why you like it?
Why you like it?
Yeah, so we can
and
make
what is
more
the obsession?
content like that.
Do you want us to keep talking about the British home, the British grocery store, the American grocery store, which is going to be today?
Yeah, but let us know in the on Facebook or tweet us or whatever. Let us know why you liked the British grocery store. Like, was it because it was about Britain, or do you just like grocery stores? I mean...
Well, if you like grocery stores, you've come to the right podcast, because this episode is all about the American grocery store. And, well, it's going to be about just one, really, isn't it? You know?
Well, I don't know. Not necessarily. Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about your experience...
My experience,
how it's been different, but you've been in more than one grocery store here.
More than one. And it's not just the same one either.
No.
Well, I mean, I'll just kick it off with we come in, you park. And it's funny because one thing I've noticed that people do here, well, maybe just you.
Okay.
And your mother and everyone, it's that they have to park close. Everybody has to get close to the...
I don't think that's just us, no.
No, everybody has to get close to the... Door. And it's, it's funny because, when there's no spots around
Surely that's true in Britain.
Well, I mean, when it's pissing down, maybe, but, usually I don't remember anybody having that kind of...
Like waiting on someone to come out of
waiting,
the spot.
No.
We don't really do that. We don't wait on people to come out of a spot.
But it's funny because, it's like they'll drive around and around, right? Around the parking lot forever. And there's like plenty of spaces at the back, but everybody's like, they'll just drive around, looking for a close spot. Ooh, is that guy coming out there? Ooh, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a whole Seinfeld episode about like finding the closest parking spot to the door.
It really is. It's just so like, oh, that guy might be coming out there. No. Oh, he's got in with all his groceries. Oh, yeah, he's getting in. Oh, he's put his reverse lights on. Still not coming out. Oh, he's turned them off now, It's just very
he's
like...
getting back out of the car.
He's getting back out of the car now. He's forgotten something. And it's just kind of like, just go park here. For the amount of time you've wasted circling the parking lot, you could have been in and out already.
Yeah. And you park at the back of the parking lot, and you can get exercise.
You can get a walk
in.
in.
Get some steps
Nobody
in.
cares about walking, though. That's why there should be a drive-through grocery store.
They want to get in and out. Well, there is now, isn't there?
But no, they don't want it like that. What they want is like, the aisles where you push your trolley down? Mm-hmm. What they want is a trailer hooked up.
Someone just hands out and puts it in the basket for you.
Puts it in the basket, yeah. I mean, you see so many people on those little carts that go around the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't really need that, do you? You could do with the walk, couldn't you, love? But then again.
Yeah, then again.
Anyway, I digress on this part. That's what people do over here. It's just like, gotta find the closest spot and everything. But then you get to the, it's not really, I mean, the one thing is when you take the trolleys out. I mean, over here you don't have any of that pay for the trolleys,
no.
To stop the stealing, because in Britain...
Well, we do have dollar coins, but nobody really uses them.
Nobody really uses them, yeah.
You have to put a dollar bill inside and then...
Yeah, and I mean, that would be a big... thing, and I mean you get it back obviously, but over here there's so many homeless people that just steal the baskets, as you call them, and just take them and fill them with their own stuff, and
you see baskets everywhere anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, because they've only got 2 wheels at the front that swivel.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying going up and down the aisle with a basket like that because, you know, what do you say? Oh, it's like, there's more control. It's like, what are you talking about? More control. You can spin that basket around.
You're not sliding all around the aisle then if you don't have swivel wheels on all four.
Well, it's just...
You're just like, whoa, sliding all around.
I don't know. I just don't know what... Because it's like, no, you keep it under control. You know, you're not sliding, you're not like, oh.
Welcome to Dominic's 30-minute rant about there not being swivel wheels on the shopping carts in America.
Well, all 4 swivel wheels anyway. Because, I mean, when you're driving down an aisle and you stop in the middle and you're looking at something and then someone's coming up the aisle, you have to kind of like lift the thing up to move it to the side.
Yeah.
You have to...
You're getting exercise, aren't you?
Well, no, you're not really. Not when you've got it's just
if you've got a basket full of stuff, you're lifting weights there.
Yeah.
You're doing
mean, in a British grocery store...
biceps. Nah, we're not talking about British grocery stores in this episode.
No, I'm just I'm comparing it, actually. I'm comparing it. No?
No, go ahead.
I'm comparing the swivel wheels and the checkout people have seats to sit in, whereas they don't here. Yeah. But yeah, you get in, and you know, one thing you notice, you go in and you notice that there's not really a pre-packaged sandwich section.
Yeah,
there's so much of that in Britain. There's so much pre-packaged sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's like a whole like section.
Here's something
the meal deals and stuff.
Here's something we didn't mention in the British one, or maybe we did, I don't remember. Do they have in the grocery stores, maybe we did mention this actually. In Britain, do they have in the grocery stores a pharmacy section?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
it's
so.
like a pharmacy. It's like an actual pharmacy section, yeah.
Right.
In Asda have it. Tesco did too.
It seems like in Asda, what I can remember now that you mention it, it was sectioned off kind of from the rest of the grocery store. Like it had a different
department. Yeah,
it looked like it looked like you were going into a separate room.
Yes, yeah, you kind of were. That used to, in Asda where it was, it ended up used to be the cafe. That's something else you don't see in American grocery stores over here, you know, a cafe connected to it.
Yeah, not so much.
That one HEB, that one big HEB did have one. I mean, you'll have a McDonald's in a Walmart.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, maybe.
Starbucks
in Target. But really, in HEBs over here, most of the HEBs don't have any, like, cafe or anything.
No, Randall's has Starbucks also. Yeah, only the really big, like the super HEBs, the HEB Pluses.
Yeah.
Have like a cafe kind of section.
Yeah, because that's a big deal in
you have them in
Britain.
Whole Foods because people take dates to Whole Foods for like a meal.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people on dates at
Yeah.
Whole Foods. Yeah, that's a bit. You know, I mean, I wouldn't ever. That was my first choice when I first met you, like taking you to Tesco cafe for a date.
Sections in Whole Foods.
Maybe now I would, you know, because we're an old married couple now. But you know,
they've got different sections in Whole Foods, like tables in sort of the beef section and tables in the seafood section, and they make different. It's almost like a little miniature restaurant there. Yeah. So I don't know. Looks kind of.
But yeah, as I said, you come in and that's what you don't see the thing. You just see a lot of like health supplement, health food, vitamin stuff. Oh my god,
yeah.
There's so much of that stuff. I mean, it's probably a lot of it in the British grocery stores too, but over here it's just crazy. It's just really just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
It's an unneeded, unnecessary load of crap, really. You know. I mean, does it really We don't know.
Well, I think it does. God, it's so cynical.
We'll see about it. But yes, you go up and down the aisles. I mean, stuff. I'm trying to think now. It's slowly starting to become more similar to Britain.
Yeah.
Self-checkouts and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's a deli section. But yeah, there's not really a good bakery. Well, I suppose the bakery section's okay, but it's not as big as I remember it being in, like, the bread aisle.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first aisle we go down usually.
I think the produce section is a lot bigger in America than it is in Britain.
I don't know.
I don't remember the produce section being really huge, and I just remember it being like an open area like it is in our grocery stores, but smaller, like more compact.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually at the front of the store in Asda. In Asda, it was at the front.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had that Asda had a big entertainment center as you walked in. Yeah, it didn't really have a big. It has like a newsagents type thing where you can buy cigarettes, and you can buy other things as well.
Your Asda and your Tesco in Llanelli were a lot more like a Walmart. They had a lot of other stuff that's not just grocery stuff.
Yes, yeah. That was a Tesco Extra.
Mm.
I mean, most people, if you go to London and you see a Tesco, it'll be more like a Tesco Metro, which will be like the essentials. Yeah. It'll be like a very, very scaled down supermarket. You'll have milk, bread, chocolate biscuits,
so in America,
some fruit maybe.
So in America we have
condiments.
We have the bakery section, but then you can go to the bread section, and it's separate from the bakery section most of the time. I think in most stores there will be a bread aisle, and the bread aisle will have all the pre-packaged loaves of bread, like pre-sliced, and they'll be full of preservatives. They're that's what I've been talking about before. It's like, the bread aisle. I don't remember there being a bread aisle in Britain. I remember there was
a big bread aisle.
No, they had bread. They had bread like we have, but it was in the same. It was around the bakeries, from what I can remember. It was on shelves there, right by the bakery. So it was like you had the fresh stuff, and then you had just a little ways down the other.
All the prepackaged bread, like Warburton's and Kingsmill and all that kind of stuff.
We've got loads of bagels, English muffins,
tortillas,
hoagie rolls.
Hoagies.
Yeah, I don't remember all of that kind of stuff in Britain. Like hot dog buns.
You have
sandwich rolls. We have like a bunch of like different specialty.
It's been a long time
sandwiches.
Since I've been in. I mean, this would be better if we'd gone to Britain and done a video and saw it, and all that. If we refreshed our memory of like a grocery store.
Well, we're talking about American
grocery stores. Yeah, I'm kind of comparing the two now, but American grocery stores. Yeah, the bread is like, as you said, there's hoagie rolls. There's lots of tortillas.
Yeah.
The bread is very small.
There's lots of tortillas. That's a big difference.
Tortillas. Yeah. I mean, this is Texas now.
You can find them you can find them in Britain, but you're not going to have as wide a selection, like as far as size goes.
Corn tortillas.
No corn tortillas, but they'll have wheat here. Sometimes you'll even have like made out of like, what do they make them out of that they're green? Spinach, I want to say.
Spinach.
I'm not sure. They're made out of some kind of vegetable, like they're not even, and they'll be green. You will also have red corn tortillas in some of the stores. That's more like geared toward
taco
the
shells,
Hispanic population that's here. Yeah, taco shells.
The only thing that's another thing. Like you'll have like Old El Paso. That's pretty much it. I don't know now, though. I mean, we haven't been back, so, it's like in Britain we don't...
They might have even more American stuff.
Yeah, they might even have, like, whatever. I mean, we obviously have Uncle Ben's and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, you've definitely got a lot more American stuff in Britain than we do British stuff in America.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's a given. You come over here, it's mostly American stuff, you'll find.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have international aisles, but they're very small. I mean, if we go to... like the British section of an international aisle will be very small. It'll be
it is,
next to like the Dutch and German and French or whatever,
Yeah, Asian.
Asian fusion.
But if you think about it, they've now got a lot of British stuff. They're starting to integrate it into just
funnily enough, Maltesers are making a thing over here, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. I mean,
After how many years?
After how many years? Yeah, seriously. But anyway, back to the grocery store.
But then you'll have like things that you wouldn't find in Britain. We have a load of snack cakes, like Little Debbie, Hostess,
Twinkies, yeah.
Yeah. All of
yeah,
that
there's
kind
a lot
stuff,
of that
like the
stuff.
oatmeal cream pies and all of that, which is sort of similar to the British Mr. Kipling, but but not.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, soda as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things are slightly different sized over here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they look different size. I mean, you know, the 2-liter bottle, a 2-liter bottle of soda in Britain, like a 2-liter bottle of Coke, will be like a skinnier looking thing. I think you'll get a little bit more in 2 liters in Britain than you do over here.
Oh, you think?
I think so, yeah, with the conversion rate or whatever, you know, because it's
a liter's different.
A liter's different, yeah.
Yeah.
And like
we used to have 3 liters, but you don't ever see those on shelves
I think you
anymore
still,
here.
yeah, I mean, they did in Britain anyway. Used to get 3-liter bottles of Coke every now and then.
Also, in America, you cannot get liquor in the grocery store.
That's another thing that I did not realize until much later, because we'd always gotten it from like the liquor store, you know, which is called an off license in Britain, but you know, they do liquor stores and stuff over here, you know, we'd always got it from there. But we were in the grocery store one day and we were talking about making margaritas.
Yeah.
I think I've told this story before. And I said, oh, well, I'm just going to go get some tequila then. And I just walked off. And then I found the beer and there's wine. And apparently they don't always do wine in grocery stores.
Oh, yeah.
Over here. Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Yeah. There's some counties that are dry.
Dry counties, yeah. So
which means you will not find a drop of liquor within the county line.
Liquor or alcohol.
Right, of any kind.
Beer, yeah. So, you know, they've got the beer and they've got the wine. And then I was just looking around, I was like, where's the tequila? Where's the spirits? You know, because we call them spirits instead of liquor, you know. It's beers, wines, and spirits. And I was just like, where is it? It's like, there's no, this one doesn't have it. And I came up to you and said, and you were like, no, they don't sell that in grocery stores here. And I was like, what? I was like, how not?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, and it's a Sunday, so we can't go and get it anyway. And it's because, you know, it's like a state law of, like, no liquor being sold on a Sunday.
Yeah.
In Britain, in, like, Asda, they have it closed off.
Yeah.
For, like, a certain amount, between, like, 10 and 4 or whatever. Or, you know, they stop serving hard liquor at night, you know. So you can't get a bottle of whiskey or brandy or, you know, vodka or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like... It's been since I was a kid. They've done that. You know, they've had liquor in grocery stores.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just.
Another thing that I thought of just as you were talking is the floral department. The floral department is different, I think.
I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
there is.
We got flowers for your grandmother.
They were in Asda,
but it seemed like, from what I can remember.
A very small selection.
Yeah, because
very
sometimes
small.
you go to, I don't know what, I mean, I'm sure it's not the same all over the UK. No,
the US,
all over the US, but some of the grocery stores that we have around here, like, it's like a greenhouse. Like, you go in and the floral section is huge.
The H-E-B on Breaker is very...
It's not so big.
It's not so big, but, you know, it's enough. And you got that weird thing with the balloons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and another thing over here, right? They sell candy bouquets.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you've seen that. I think that they sell them all year round.
In the floral department.
Yeah. In the floral department. I noticed them and I was like, what's that? And, you know, because they had they just have, like, sticks in a vase. Or it's in like a wrap, like, you know, like a cellophane wrap, like they have flowers in, and it's just got sticks with like Snickers and Butterfinger and Three Musketeers and stuff on there. You know, you can just give it to your girlfriend or whatever for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And that's something that they don't do in Britain. I don't think, anyway. Maybe they do now.
That's funny. I never thought about that. And like they don't have a section in the grocery store with all the balloons already blown up or
no.
Yeah, if you ever go to the grocery store with a kid, they're always just like, I remember I did it as well. It's just like jumping up, trying to grab, I want a balloon. It's like,
you got your balloon at the Hungry Horse. You're all right.
Another thing that's obvious, but it's different, and maybe it's not obvious for everyone, is that the price you see under the item in America is not the price you're going to pay at the
sales
register.
tax. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. I mean, sales tax is different in every state, but it's like, yeah, well, just not
the sales tax.
Just add it, just figure it then, but it's like it's Walmart, I guess.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
it's
whatever,
chain.
a chain Walmart, so they want to keep their prices all the same, but they're not the same because you're paying.
But even if you're just a local grocery store like H-E-B that's just in Texas, I believe that we have city tax rates also that vary city to city. Yeah, so they can't. You just can't do it. You cannot put the price that you're going to pay unless you're one store and you're only in that town. Then you could say that this is the price. Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, and on some things aren't taxed.
Most food is not, like general everyday food that you need to survive.
That was the first thing that happened to me when I got here. I grabbed something. I don't know if it was a candy bar or something, and I went up to.
I mean, if you buy a birthday cake or something like that, obviously it's going to be
taxed. Yeah, because it's like whatever.
It's like a specialty thing that you don't need to survive,
And it said, it said, I don't know, $1.50, whatever, for this thing, and I took it up there, and it suddenly was like $1.85.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? Where did that come? It was like
Yeah.
And if you've only got $1.50, then it's kind of like, but you had to do maths.
I'm just getting this 99-cent thing, and
it's 99 cents. It comes out to be like 108 or something, and it's just like what?
107.
Because I remember being really thrown by that.
And really annoyed as well.
Yes, because it was just like, what is the point in that? Put it on put $1.08 so you know what you're paying.
In America, most of the grocery stores also will hire
bag checkers,
baggers.
And sometimes they wander off.
And you're not trained to be a checker if you're a bagger. Checkers can also be baggers, but if your job is just to bag, then you don't know how to check. You haven't
checked.
Yeah, they don't train you to check. You're just.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You get paid a little bit less. Well, when I worked at the grocery store, that was the way it was.
Yeah. I mean, that obviously doesn't happen in Britain.
Yeah, you have to bag your own stuff.
Oh, sometimes they'll go, do you want a hand to pack? And they'll just shove one thing in the bag and that let you go,
Let you do the rest. But I think that a lot of people in Britain, to be fair to Britain, I think that a lot of people go to the grocery store multiple times during a week.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people walk, or you have a small car and you don't have the room for, whatever. Whereas over here, I know when I worked in H-E-B, when I was in high school.
People would be like $100.
No. I had some people who would shop once a month, and they would come with 2 baskets full of stuff. And I was always like, oh, God, they do their shopping once a month. Then. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
2 baskets, it's like, God. I mean, Costco is obviously, it's like a bulk. I think they have Costco in Britain now, but, it's like a bulk item buying, which is kind of pointless if you live alone, but,
Yeah. They have Costco here and Sam's Club, and Sam's Club is
attached to Walmart.
Yeah. But it's basically, you buy in bulk, and you have to be a member of the club in order to shop there. You can't just walk in off the street. You have to have a membership with a little card with your name on it and everything. But yeah, we haven't ever taken you to one of those places, have we? We haven't had a membership since.
No, I don't. I don't think so. We tried to get into one. We didn't realize it was one though, and they said, "Oh, if you got a membership card, you'll have to leave."
Yeah, we didn't realize it was a club thing.
It was a bulk thing, but yeah. Another thing is the cereals. There's not too many healthy options for cereals.
That are affordable anyway.
That are affordable.
Yeah.
It's mostly all, and the cereal here is just the Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. and the tricks.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not very good. I mean, it's like it tastes fake. I mean, the chocolate cereal and the the honey nut stuff and honey bunches of oats.
Yeah.
Is pretty good, but it's just like, tricks and all that kind of stuff is not. It's not great. I don't like it anyway.
Our cheddar cheese is orange. That's the difference.
Cheddar cheese is orange. Yes. And it's not white. I mean, you've got white cheddar, and you call it white cheddar.
We call it white cheddar.
It's like white cheddar, like it's more fancy. I guess you probably like you. He's like, oh, this is the white cheddar popcorn. Look at how fancy it is. It's like,
it's more
why have you dyed it
expensive.
orange? It is more expensive, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And it's just like literally you're paying for something that's been dyed.
Yeah.
And
I have no idea.
it's orange because of the cartoons, I bet.
Yeah.
That's probably why it is.
I don't know, but I didn't realize, I remember the first time I went to Britain and all the cheese was white, and I was like, where's your cheddar cheese? Because I wasn't reading. I was just looking for the color orange.
There it is.
And you were like, there, that's it. And I was just like, what? Why is it white? And you were like, what do you mean, why is it white? Like, cheese, it's milk. Cheese is white, I was like, our cheese is orange. Our cheddar cheese is orange. Where's your orange cheese?
I mean, like Edam and stuff like that.
Oh, God. We also have American cheese here, and you won't find that in Britain, I don't think.
You do. I think Kraft do have...
And Velveeta? Do you do Velveeta?
Oh, maybe. Velveeta's bloody horrible.
So
though.
if you've never been...
And spray cheese that comes in a can.
Yeah, so if you've never been to
Squirty
America...
cheese.
What we're talking about is this Velveeta, particularly, which the Kraft single slices is basically like Velveeta, only it's sliced into slices that you can put on a sandwich for mostly kids are the ones who eat it usually. But Velveeta comes in a yellow block that looks like about the size of a brick. And you take them.
Lego block.
It's in a box, and you take the lid of the box off, and you dump the cheese out, and the cheese is the shape of the box. And you cut it off, and it's all like jiggly, and it looks like plastic. It's plastic. It's horrible.
It's pretty horrible, yeah.
People melt it down and make queso out of it.
No.
Put sausage in it and make queso.
No.
But yeah, it's
queso.
Really, it's queso. But it's terrible, yeah. So that's America. And
also Cool Whip. Now that's
Cool
white.
Whip. Yeah.
Cool Whip is something.
Shouldn't be.
Yes, Cool Whip is something that I'd never experienced before I moved over here. It's a dessert topping. It's whipped. Mm-hmm. And people were all like, and it tastes really good. It tastes just like sugar. It tastes really sugary and delicious.
It tastes good.
It tastes good
until you compare it to actual whipped cream.
Yeah,
and
until
it tastes really fake.
Yeah, it tastes really fake. And because it's just whipped hydrogenated oil.
Ugh.
And
sounds yummy.
And it's like when I found that out, I was like, oh God, no, I just want actual cream.
Yeah.
But Cool Whip is something because it's like you couldn't find it in Britain. You needed it for your recipe.
Mm-hmm. And the bacon here is different.
Bacon is much different. It's more like streaky bacon, and that's all. I mean, you can get Canadian bacon, but it's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. People go, oh, well, it's not proper bacon.
And actually, I don't know, where do you get Canadian bacon? I don't remember seeing it in the bacon section.
Yeah, I have seen it. It's like they do medallions.
Okay.
It's like bacon medallions or Canadian bacon medallions. You can get the thick cut and you can get like thin cut, but it's all streaky. I mean, it's good. It's when I was a kid, I've told you this story. Mm-hmm. We watched, what's it called? Beethoven.
Okay.
The movie.
Yeah.
With the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And they were feeding him bacon strips.
Yeah.
Like, because it was American bacon, that they were having. It was like, looked really good. And I used to get my dad, can you cut this up into strips? Can you cut it up into strips? And I remember he did it as well. I can see him now doing it. And he was just cutting it up. And if you've ever had like...
He didn't know why he was doing it.
Didn't know why he was doing it. He was just like, he wants it cut into strips, for God's sake, It's like, it's bloody picky eater here. And he's like, yes, cut it up into strips, And he was like, if you've seen British bacon, it does not strip easily.
No, it's like ham. It's like slices of ham.
It's like, it looks like an ear.
It looks like...
It looks like an ear with a long lobe. That's how I think. It's a rasher basically, and not like a strip of bacon, like over here. But yeah, he did it. He cut it into strips. Like, even though it didn't work that well.
That's very cartoony too. I think the American bacon.
Yes,
like,
it's very cartoony. It's like an emoji. Yes, bacon and eggs. But the funny thing is, right? There's this big obsession with bacon in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, bacon. Yeah, we love bacon. Bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, bacon flavored shakes.
Ugh.
Bacon flavored cereal.
Yeah.
Which there is. Bacon and, on everything. You can't get a bacon sandwich anywhere. It's like, that's not a thing.
You guys don't do bacon bits either, do you?
Oh, no, I don't think we do. No, I don't think bacon bits is a thing.
Yeah, so if you're from Britain or elsewhere in the world and you like bacon, try bacon bits. They're really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. You put them on like a baked potato or something.
Or salad or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, salads in Britain, it's just oil and vinegar, really. Maybe
for the dressing.
Yeah,
we have a huge dressing
selection. Yeah, Thousand Island Ranch. Mm-hmm. That's something you can't get in Britain. I think Paul Newman's business, like he's got a load of like salad dressings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's popular in Britain because of Paul Newman, And I think
so
he's the only one who he was the only one who has it, really,
Yeah.
Maybe Lloyd Grossman does it now, I don't know, He's a British, he's actually American, but he's famous in Britain. But yeah, the cheese section.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah, a lot of people say, cheese, cheddar it's not cheddar, it's not cheese in America,
The dessert section, you're just going to find...
Desserts,
they're probably about the same, the section...
The frozen aisle.
It's probably about the same size as in Britain. There's probably but it's just different stuff. Like, you don't really get cobbler in Britain.
No, not really.
But you'll have frozen cobblers in the... I don't know, actually. Maybe, do you have frozen cobblers in the northern states? If any of you live north of Texas.
Cobbler's a southern thing.
Cobbler's a pretty southern thing. Yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe you guys don't have frozen cobbler in your maybe you're like listening and you have to remember that when we're talking about America in quotation marks, we're talking from a Texas perspective.
Texas perspective, which is like obviously not the whole United States.
The United States is huge. So if you are not in the United States and you're listening and we talk about the United States and then you come here and you go to New York or Florida or something and you're just like, what are they talking about? This is so different. We're talking about Texas. We're saying United States, but we're talking about Texas because that's where we are. That's where we live. So,
tater tots.
You can get tater tots here,
yes.
in the French
fry
really
section. Don't understand why they need to exist.
We'll have.
I'm
crinkle fries,
waffle fries,
tater tots. What else? Potato wedges. Yeah.
We have all that in Britain except for the tater tots. Tater tots don't really need to exist.
Okay. Anything else you can think of?
I think that's about it. I think,
I'm sure there's other things. But
there's other things,
if you listening have any questions about American grocery stores, tweet those to us or...
Tweet them to us at T-Buddy.
Yeah. Email us, whatever. Just get in touch. We like to hear from you.
Yeah. And you can listen to us on iTunes and everything.
Yeah, all the places. We're everywhere nowadays.
Everywhere.
Find us wherever you go.
Find us wherever you go.
Yeah. But see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.